Tick-tock, time to rock. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to everyone who's watching from all over the world. If you all were watching yesterday, Thaddeus and I started a show about why January was the worst month in Dawah history. That is not exaggeration. That is not hyperbole. Everything that could possibly happen to Dawah in January happened, and it was terrible for them, great for everyone else on the planet. But we were interrupted because Jake, the Muslim metaphysician, Jake Brancatella, called in and looked like he was just going to talk to us for a little bit. He had some complaints about some things that my Mexican cousin, David S., was saying about Islam, and Jake wanted to correct those. And so I asked him about his views so that we can make sure we are addressing his views specifically in future videos. And so it looked like he was about to head out. But then David S. called in, and then they had a discussion for a couple of hours, and then David S. eventually had to leave, and then we had a discussion with Jake for a couple more hours about the Islamic dilemma. So lots of cool discussions yesterday. If you missed those, how long do we go, Thaddeus?
Yeah, I think it was like close to 8 hours.
Hey, go ahead and talk.
Testing.
Oh, I was wondering why sounds were coming out of my computer, not my headphones. Hang on. Fix that. When I do shows with Giant DOC, I have to the headphones. So why did I take them off last night? Oh, because I was listening for my kid. That's why. Go ahead and talk, Thaddeus.
Testing.
There we go. There we go. That's all headphones. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So Thaddeus. Anyway, guys, we started off Thaddeus's list of 10 terrible Dawah fails. 10 terrible Dawah fails just in January. And we got through like 6 or 7 of them. Then we never finished. So we're just going to go ahead and start over from the beginning because it's all 10 in a video. I want all of these. So we're just going to start going through these again. We want everyone to know how terrible January was so that we can compare these with other months. And seems like we've got some stuff brewing already, Thaddeus.
Yeah, it seems that, after last night, I mean, it was already kind of going down. Malik got quite upset at your debate on the last day of January because he tried to call in and encourage you to rip a Quran, and the Dawah guys there in person were like, no, please don't. And he's like, how dare you counteract me? So he was already starting to do it. But then last night, Jake calls in, and after he's been talking to us a while, he's like, sorry, guys, if it seems distracted. Malik is sending me like 10 messages a minute about how he's going to destroy me and reveal everything, and I need to get off this stream right now. And let me just say, Malik, I know you're watching. I don't care. Right? Come at me. Bring your worst. And then after that, Malik posted some messages on TikTok, calling Jake all kinds of names. And then this morning posted another message saying that he's going to have one last episode of Club Pyru. It's been so stressful that the Dawah scene is just so horrible. And he's going to call out like 10 different people in this last episode, and then he's going to quit. So whether he actually quits, I'm very much doubtful.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems that he is about to do another Warner incident where he reveals all.
Yeah, I have to say, though, when he announces what he's doing, that is frequently him wanting everyone to call him and go, no, don't do it. We'll do anything. You're in charge. What can we do? So, yeah, we'll see. So anyone who's not groveling to him right now is going to be exposed and humiliated.
Mm-hmm.
So, good fun times. You know what's crazy? For any of you who haven't been following that Malik situation closely, I went to DebateCon debated Jake. And then after our debate, Jake and a guy called the Speaking Muslim, they were sitting down with some other Muslims, but it was Jake and the Speaking Muslim who were trying to convince me not to do certain things to the Quran. And they're just, hey, what can we do? What can we do to stop all this stuff with the Quran and so on? Malik lost his mind, and Malik demanded that I start ripping it up, ripping up the Quran. That's what he demanded. Isn't that weird? You've got Muslims trying to convince me to stop ripping up their book, and then Malik flipping out on them for trying to convince me to stop, and he demands that I continue. And then yesterday, Jake comes on to have a nice conversation, a friendly conversation. Malik loses his mind. Apparently, the only thing that makes Malik happy is when we are just destroying the Quran left and right. And anyway, people who are suspicious that he is actually a Mossad agent, it's not like you guys don't have a case. You know what I mean? It's not like you don't have a case. All right, so Thaddeus, we don't know. We don't know if people are going to calm Malik down or if he's going to do a lot more snitching tonight and snitch on everybody. But only one way to find out. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Don't get scared, Malik. Don't get scared now, Malik. Too late to turn back now. Mm-hmm. Battle has begun.
Yeah, I was on the list of people he's going to expose. I mean, this is probably, I don't know, the 8th different time that he said that he's going to expose me, and it hasn't happened yet. But, I'm looking forward to finally being exposed. So.
Yeah. That's what everyone wants to see. Thaddeus exposed.
Not in the Zoot sense.
Hey, Malik, while you're exposing everyone for all the things they've done, how about exposing your fake prophet? I'll give you a list, buddy. I'll give you a list that's worse than anything any of these guys are doing. Give you a list of things he did that's worse than anything any of these other guys you keep snitching on are doing. So let me know. Let me know if you need a little help with your show. All right, Thaddeus. So we've got this. We're going to go through this video. And, did I put it in the description? I don't think I did yet. I think I had it yesterday. Let me grab that real quick. So Thaddeus already put together, guys, the video clips on why January was the worst month in Dawah history. Again, no exaggeration. This was really, really bad. I challenge all of you to show us a worse year anywhere in Dawah history. Mm-hmm. But let me get that. Let me just make sure that's in the description box. And what the heck, where'd it go? All right, got Thaddeus's compilation here for why January was the worst month in Dawah history. So we're going to go ahead and watch the entire video, all 10 reasons. And then you guys will have the video to share that. Want to share that, guys? Because every time we think, it can't possibly get any worse, it gets worse. Somehow the Dawah guys find a way to make everything worse for them. So Thaddeus is thinking about continuing this throughout the year, like the 10 Dawah fails of February, 10 Dawah fails of March, and so on, and then continue all the way through the year. And then at the end of the year, we already have our Dawah rewind ready because we'll have their 120 worst fails of the year all lined up. But Thaddeus, what do you want to say about any of this or this video before we get started?
Yeah, I thought so. I did the compilation of the top moments of 2025, and there was between 15 and 20 moments. I didn't rank them. I did them in roughly chronological order, and I was like, okay, that video did very well. Maybe I should try to do a Dawah rewind for each month. Went back and forth on it. But the first couple days of January, maybe I was like, there's no way we're going to get so many things to have a whole video by the end of the month. But as the month progressed day by day. More and more stuff was happening, and I eventually decided to do it. And I was hesitant because I do feel like if I'm going to do it for January, I kind of made the commitment to do it for other months as well. But I got it out, and very pleased with how the video came out, and do plan to do it for February and, presumably the rest of the year. And I would, like David said, no hyperbole. At least in terms of like the number of major events, there certainly is not any other month that comes close. When I get to like the top 5, they're already like potential event of the year level things in previous years. So
hang on. You're saying in previous years, like half of the things that happen, half of the top 10 things in January and other years would have been like Dawah destruction story of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you go to like all-time things, I'm not sure that like anything beats like, say, holes in the narrative, but as far as
holes
like
in Muhammad,
total quantity, nothing even comes remotely close, as far as I can tell.
Pretty bad stuff coming up. All right, guys, we're going to check that out. We'll take these first couple super chats, and then we'll jump into this video. I do have a live stream with AP at 8, so this live stream will be probably total around an hour and a half. That should be enough to get through all 10 points and make fun of them. So G Fireblock. We got Chris here who says, Salam al-Masih, who did it? Maloink did it. God bless Dizzle and Thaddeus. Oh, yeah. Maloink did it, and he's still doing it. And if you ask what it is, destroying Dawah. Did you watch IP's video on rebuking the Islamic claim that the statue prophecy from Daniel is about Islam? I did not. That's a new one, right?
Yeah, I think it was out yesterday. Might have even been today. I saw the link, but I haven't watched it yet either.
We will check that out. IP is a research machine. Hello, guys. I cannot believe you still haven't lost your mind after yesterday. Yeah, I don't know how you do that, but it was nice. Just so long. Yeah, that's what Muhammad said on the night of Al-Zut. But no, it was fun. It was fun because at one, it was completely unexpected, right? We were going to be doing last night what we're doing right now, and then Jake Broncatella shows up, and then we end up in a discussion, and then we think he's just going to be around for a short time, but then he stays for what, like 6 hours? 6 hours of discussions and so on. So, yep, cool times, guys. Cool times. And Jake has an ego for sure, but he's got something the other Dawah guys don't. A brain and balls. Yeah, and if you weren't there last night, we were commenting sort of afterwards that one, he called in to our show and, well, he knows who we are. He knows who I am. He knows who Thaddeus is. He knows what we do. He knows about Quran Demolition Ranch. He knows this stuff. Anyway, he called in anyway for a nice discussion. So there was that, calling into a Christian channel for discussions, but even more difficult of a decision, he knew that Malik was losing his mind over this and that Malik was going to expose him because that's what Malik does. And he did it anyway and told Malik to go ahead. So, yep, hats off to him. And there are other cool things you can say about Jake. So, well, you're going to see some of it right here. You're about to see some of it right here with the ranking the Dawah guys and stuff. But even when Jake called them out, even when Jake was calling out the Dawah guys for lying about the age of Rebecca. I mean, he made a video, guys, stop this Rebecca was 3 nonsense, man. It's not true. It's a terrible argument. And when we see that, when we see Dawah guys going, Rebecca was 3, Mary was 12 in the Catholic Encyclopedia. It's like, you guys are such liars. We can't even take you seriously anymore. Don't ever tell us anything about your religion because you are compulsive liars. We do not care what you say. You're liars. You're chronic compulsive liars. And so when another Dawah guy comes along and says, hey, guys, stop lying. Okay, well, we could take you a little more seriously than the liars who can't stop lying. And one more here. It's a good idea for merch. Make a calendar. Dawah. Death of Dawah calendar. That'd be funny. Dawah fails calendar. That'd be cool. All right, Thaddeus, ready to jump into this?
Yep. Let's do it.
All right, guys, here we go. This is the worst month in Dawah history. January 2026. Here we go. Going to be a wild ride.
Was January the worst month in Dawah history?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but it certainly was bad. Stay tuned
Pretty
for the
bad.
10 biggest fails of the new year, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. In the closing moments of 2025, David Wood made a bold prediction.
What are we? We're about 7 minutes from 2026, which will be the worst year in Dawah history until 2027.
It'll be hard to top 2025, but if January is any indication, things are looking good for David's prophethood. Indeed, so much happened, we already have 10 major fails. Coming in at number 10, we have Muhammad Hijab warning that many converts to Islam are fake.
Do not be surprised if some people who have embraced Islam later leave it. In some cases, this is done intentionally to sow doubt. The Quran refers to this in Surah Al-Imran, believe at the beginning of the day and disbelieve at its end, so that they may turn back.
Let's read that again, guys. This is Muhammad Hijab in January, posted. Do not be surprised if some people who have embraced Islam later leave it. In some cases, this is done intentionally to sow doubt. He's saying that some of the people who convert to Islam and say, hey, I've converted to Islam, they're doing it intentionally. They pretend to convert, say, hey, everyone, look at me, and then they leave Islam, all to sow doubt. He says the Quran refers to this in Surah Al-Imran, believe at the beginning of the day and disbelieve at its end so that they may turn back. Thaddeus, what's this look like he's doing?
Looks like he knows something. He knows that there are one or more people who are major prominent converts to Islam that are seriously considering leaving Islam. And so he's setting it up that, hey, guys, don't be surprised when this happens. It's predicted by the Quran, not that that verse really predicts any such thing, but he definitely seems to be setting the tables, just like last year when he was setting the tables. Elon Musk is about to come after me. And then a couple months later, major scandal drops against Muhammad Hijab.
Yeah, guys, and that's a move Muhammad Hijab got from Andrew Tate when Andrew Tate for years was trafficking girls. You say, no, it's not trafficking. It is absolutely trafficking. It's not a certain kind of trafficking. If you're thinking of like locking women in cages and stuff like that, it's not that kind of trafficking. But the lover boy method is one of the definitions of trafficking. You get someone who isn't interested in sex work or doing OnlyFans or anything like that, and if you get them to fall in love with you, but your real goal is to get them into OnlyFans or sex work or something like that, so you're manipulating them. That is one of the definitions of sex trafficking. And so Andrew Tate was doing that for years, even taught a course on how to do it, his PhD course. When he found out, when his lawyer told him everything you've been talking about doing is actually illegal and you're going to spend a lot of time in prison, suddenly he changed his story. And then that's when he started saying, the Matrix is coming to attack me. The Matrix is upset about my powerful message to young men, encouraging them to work hard and so on. So the Matrix is going to frame me for crimes. And then he gets arrested and his fans go, oh my goodness, he was right. He was right about everything. Yeah, his lawyer told him he's going to be arrested for this stuff. And then he said, oh, they're going to attack me for this and so on. Anyway, Muhammad Hijab saw that. And then when he knew his scandal, his hotel wife scandal was going to come out, then he started posting that Elon Musk And I mean, seriously, how does anyone, like you Dawah fans, how do any of you take him seriously after this? After he lied to every one of your faces. But he started posting that Elon Musk is sending him messages saying, if you do not stop your powerful Dawah, I will frame you for a scandal. And so the second we saw Mohammed Hijab going, Elon Musk is threatening to frame me for a scandal. It's like, okay, scandal's about to come out. Scandal's about to come out. He's trying to preempt it and do damage control ahead of time and so on. Didn't work at all. And so he got exposed, but this sounds like exactly the same thing. He's heard something that's about to come up here in 2026, and he's trying to do damage control in advance. Hey, guys, when you hear about so-and-so, who is this famous convert, and he leaves Islam, just so you know, oh, yeah, he was faking. He was faking the whole time. Smart Hijab.
Nice try, Mohammed, with your intentional
Nice try.
doubt nonsense. But we all know the real story here. Many people are pressured into saying a shahada but never actually believed, while many others quickly leave Islam once they discover what it actually teaches.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of hijab, he's also the subject of number 9. One of the top moments of 2025 was Hijab losing his defamation lawsuit and being forced to pay £800,000
Classic Hijab.
for wasting the court's time.
My ego wants to pay £800,000 because that's the weight of my ego.
The judge found that the claimant was not a credible witness. He found that he'd repeatedly lied on a number of issues throughout the case, such that his evidence was deemed to be worthless.
That part right there, the judge deeming the Mohammed Hijab's evidence to be worthless, that's not an exaggeration. That's an actual quote from the judge. This dude is such a compulsive liar. Anything he says is just worthless at this point. And it's like, that's what we've been saying. But in a Dawah context, it's like we catch you lying, we catch you lying, we catch you lying, we catch you lying, we catch you lying. Don't tell us anything about your religion. There's nothing you can say that we're going to take seriously at this point. But then he tries the same antics in court, and judge is like, this guy's a compulsive liar. Nothing he said can be taken seriously. But now we have a judge's stamp of approval on what we've always known.
Yeah, the judge also commented on his behavior about how he was, basically doing Dawah stuff in the court, where he's like thumping his chest, maybe not literally, but was bragging about how great he was and stuff, as he's supposed to be giving serious testimony. And then the documents he submitted are like, from Ali Dawah, I was going to give you $200,000 to promote my product, but because of the Spectator's article, I am not going to do that anymore. And the judge is like, come on, man, these are not real contracts.
Yeah, and he had we pointed out the problem in the past. These guys who are basically scam artists, scamming the ummah, they've got their tricks that work with scamming the ummah, but that programs them over time. This is how you get what you want, and this is how you get morons to believe you. But it kind of programs you to act in that way. But then you go into a court with a bunch of smarter people, a very intelligent prosecutor and a very intelligent judge, and you try the same stupid tactics, and they're like, why would any idiot believe anything this guy says ever? Fun stuff. But that was him losing the lawsuit. So he sued Douglas Murray and the Spectator for defamation, for telling the truth about him. Just the goal was, hey, I'll launch a frivolous lawsuit and they'll settle out of court and give me a little money and they won't talk about me anymore. Wrong. They went to court and crushed him, and then he had to pay them £800,000. But the story does not end. It continues into January. So here's the January update coming up.
He found that he'd repeatedly lied on a number of issues throughout the case, such that his evidence was deemed to be worthless.
He tried to start an MMA career to pay his debt, but apparently that went nowhere, much like his arguments for Islam, and Hijab was forced to declare bankruptcy towards the end of January. I hope the court makes sure he isn't hiding his assets with fraudulent statements, like those he submitted in his defamation case.
Yeah, because we saw in a previous live stream. Anyone who wants to watch it, you can watch Mohammed Hijab's interview with Daniel Hakikachu on Daniel Hakikachu's channel. But Daniel was telling him how if you get divorced in the West, your wife could get half your stuff. He was saying that's not fair. So you need to find ways to hide all your money so that your wife never can find it. The government can never find it to take it and so on. It's like, oh, it would be a shame if Mohammed Hijab hid his money and then declared bankruptcy so he wouldn't have to give it to Douglas Murray. But it turns out, since he has already blurted out that he likes the idea of hiding money to keep it from people who want to take it. What are the odds that if he's hidden the money, he's actually a tactical genius and no one will ever be able to find it or expose him for it?
Yeah, not high.
Not high. Well, I mean, Mohammed Hijab was high. We've seen the videos of him high out of his mind, but that's a different story. Let's take these couple super chats real quick. Buddy the Rabbit says, I actually really enjoyed that stream yesterday. It was nice seeing the man behind the mask, so to speak, of Jake in the depths of philosophical conversation. You can tell that's his happy place. Yeah, that's what's it was cool. It is cool because you're in debate mode and stuff like that. But there were elements of yesterday's stream where we're in like full debate mode. But there's also just like a lot of friendly conversation and trying to clarify each other's positions and so on. So that was cool. Shout out to Jack Ray for gifting 5 Apologetics Roadshow memberships. Then we have. It's easy to get lost in the rhetoric and behavior, but Jake's kind of growing on me. He needs to find a way to channel that guy and connect more relationally with an audience. Him relaxing like that while not losing his passion was refreshing. Here's the thing, though, that this is why it's rough. It's refreshing to us. We like that. Oh, just sitting down, having a discussion, not flipping out on each other, not attacking each other. We like that. Guess who are losing their minds? Like Malik and unquestioningly others that would flip out. How dare you? The only thing you're allowed to be doing is like screaming at them and threatening them. But I mean, think about it. When all they do is like scream threats and hurl abuse and so on, what do we end up doing? We end up eating their book. And then they complain that we're eating their book. And then Jake actually, hey, why don't we just like have a friendly discussion here? There's no ripping up the Quran or anything like that when you're having a friendly discussion. And they get mad at him. They get mad at him for not doing the things that lead to mass Quran desecration. What I do not understand. It's like they're wired for self-destruction. It's like the Dawah community is just wired to implode. And anyone who's not imploding, they lose their minds about an attack. What a religion, man. What a religion. And it would be funny if Jake or other Dawah guys asked to join your live again. Then I'll be sure they're just trying to stop from your mission. It's their new strategy, you see. Oh, you mean if every time we go live, they just jump in and stuff? Free Enoch Burke. I wonder if his first name is biblically significant. No idea about it. Wait, is that guy in like Scotland or something? Hang on. Enoch Burke. Repeatedly imprisoned for contempt of court following a long-running legal battle with Wilson's Hospital School. I think that's the guy who refuses to use the correct pronouns or something like that. All right, now we're at number 8, everyone. This is number 8.
The final month of 2025 saw a flood of Muslimas hitting TikTok to call out the Dawah scene. Coming in at number 8 was the continuation of that trend in the new year.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough. For years, we've had to listen to the condescending speeches, the dismissals, the constant harassment and unsolicited advice, and now, finally, we are speaking up. Keep your foots on their rusty, unwashed neck.
Hey, we would normally hear that from like Dawah guys talking about non-Muslims, like keep your foot on their necks. Thaddeus, who was she talking about?
She was talking about the Dawah guys at the start of that clip. She says like something like, "If you're a Dawah bro, just keep scrolling. You don't want to watch this."
Let's watch that one more time, guys. Oops, hang on. Oh, we got the Jake. Excellent. Clicked on the wrong spot. Here we go.
Year.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough. For years, we've had to listen to the condescending speeches, the dismissals, the constant harassment and unsolicited advice, and now, finally, we are speaking up.
What, sister? What are you doing? Look, you're showing your hair. We see a little bit of your hair peeping out there. You need to fix this and not be on TikTok. Why are you dressing like a prostitute with your hair out like that? That's what they'll be saying to her. And that's why she's going, shut up, guys. Shut up. We're sick of your nonsense. I just want to back up again because this is so easy to underestimate the significance of what's going on right now. This is like world changing right now. Muslim women influencers rebelling against the male influencers who keep trying to control them. That is huge if they have a rebellion.
Was the continuation of that trend in the new year.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough. For years, we've had to listen to the condescending speeches, the dismissals, the constant harassment and unsolicited advice, and now, finally, we are speaking up. Mm-hmm. Keep your foot on their rusty, unwashed neck.
Just talk about the Dawah guys. Keep your foot on their necks. That's awesome.
Muhammad, the so-called prophet, didn't value these women, but us Christians certainly do. Islam, of course, has been oppressing women for centuries based on the so-called prophet that enabled such abuse. So why are these women suddenly speaking up now? That would be the biggest story of 2025, the ex-wife of the woman abusing Muhammad hijab, Aisha, going public with hijab's abuse. Which takes us to number 7. During a live stream on Inspiring Philosophy, Dean Responds called in to spread lies about Q.
Hang on. Let's talk a little bit more about the, back up a little. Thaddeus.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think led to this epic rebellion of TikTok women? This is our theory. It's our theory, guys.
Theory, but it seems to have some validity. I think the timing seems to fit. So in the spring of last year, the Muhammad hijab scandal broke, in which Sister Aisha went public with her what she had suffered at Muhammad hijab's hands, where he tricked her into this mishar marriage, which would end up being just we meet at hotels when I want to have sex with you, and that's all it was going to be. He promised something very different. She found out that's all he was really interested in, and she cut it off. Hijab spent years gaslighting her before that, and then after spent months trying to convince her to never speak of this, saying it's going to be much worse for you if this goes public than it is for me. She had to go to, in her estimation, 100 different Dawah guys, Islamic leaders, not all Dawah guys, but 100 different Islamic leaders, whether imams or counselors or whatever. Some said that hijab was in the wrong, but they were too afraid to speak out. Others just agreed that he was in the right, until she finally found Salman behind veils that was willing to bring it public. And then after it went public, the whole Dawah community rallied around Muhammad hijab, tried to conspire to cover it up, including Dean, which we'll see in the next clip here. And that didn't work either. And then, so the other women are watching, right? They're seeing this. Some of them have probably experienced similar things. Certainly they can at least be sympathetic. And they're like, well, her life wasn't ruined, actually. right? Or any more so than it already was, at least. What he jobbed into her was very devastating. But speaking up, no one has come and killed her. No one has managed to ostracize her more so than she already was, or uh, there doesn't seem to be any public support of these Dawah guys. So maybe it's safe. Maybe it's safe to speak up against them. And I think that's what happened. And then another woman spoke up, and, maybe Ollie Dawah made a little video, but no one really cared. And then more is saying, oh, we can speak up. We do have the ability to fight for ourselves. We live in the West. We have rights. We're not just property. We are human beings with rights. And as a result, a flood of them are speaking up. It's a similar idea of the Me Too movement years ago. One woman speaks up, they can be silenced. A bunch of women speak up, and a movement happens.
Mm-hmm. And yep, that's the parallel, guys. It's hard being the only person who speaks up about something, because then, powerful forces can attack you and so on. When a bunch of people start speaking up, not a lot you can do about it. And so, yeah, they had all their systems in place to keep people like Sister Aisha quiet. We will destroy you. We will destroy your life. Don't ever cross us. Don't ever expose what we're doing. What were they doing? Basically taking Muslim women and turning them into like prostitutes, right? This isn't about having a family. This isn't about having a home together. You're marrying me, but the only relationship we have is in a hotel when I want sex. Other than that, bye. And that's after promising. It's one thing if you said that to a woman and she agreed, right? It's one thing if you said, hey, just so you know, we're going to get married, but the only thing I'm ever going to do with you is have sex in a hotel. Other than that, I don't even want to see you. You could have a woman who accepted that arrangement, but that's not what's going on. They're promising, yes, we're going to have a life together and we're going to have a family, we're going to have kids and stuff like that, until they get married. Then they consummate the marriage, and that's when they tell what their real intentions are. And they know when they do that, a woman's generally not going to want to come forward, because that's embarrassing to her. Like, I fell for that, and they'd be worried this makes them look bad. But Aisha did it anyway because she knew she's not the only one. This is what they're doing. This is what they're doing to other women. She wants to warn other women. So she decides she has to stand her ground. All of Dawah declares absolute war on her. And she won. That is a powerful message. You got all these Muslims with these 1 million+ subscriber channels, and they declare war on you using every deception, any screwed up thing you can think of. They're willing to do it. Anything goes. How can you destroy this woman? They tried. They failed. And if you're a Muslim woman who's sick of these guys running their mouths at you and telling you what to do, you were watching that going, as long as you stand your ground and don't back down, they lose. They lose. And now we've got open rebellion against the male Dawah guys. So cool times. And this is all kicking off pretty hard in January 2026. Hey, check this out. We have whack-ass Ahmed Zindabad. So we got whack-ass Mohammed Zindabad. He says, why did you invite Jake yesterday? This was really terrible. They always seem to hate nice conversations. So, do you concede that you all have to make Prophet Muhammad as a judge for all matters and all men? No, because that's not what the Quran says. Yeah, Jake read a verse, or 4 verse 65. I said, read who the they there is. It's the hypocrites. It was the hypocrites he was talking to. They can have no real faith until they make. It's not they all people. Wouldn't make any sense. And even if you did say, okay, Muhammad's the authority, what do we have to do? Well, he tells Jews, judge by the Torah. He tells Christians, judge by the gospel. Fine, we're fine with that rule. We'll go with that. Nice try, whack-ass. Nice try, whack-ass Muhammad. I mean, whack-ass Ahmed. If you have any other questions, whack-ass Ahmed, let us know. All right. Let's see. Whack-ass trying to keyboard Dawah wood. Dawah D wood. Funny stuff. Funny stuff. What is this? I'm gonna assume whack ass Ahmed is as illiterate as his prophet. No, say what you want. Just the couple things that he's spelled already means that he's like Einstein compared to Muhammad. Let's see. Take a couple super chats real quick. 3 + 8 hours wasn't enough. Now hijab is in chat. That would be funny. Let me in. I want to respond to these allocations. Merch idea. Dawah fails bingo card for the year. That could be arranged. Not in the Al-Zut sense, could also be no momo. Like no homo. Yeah, we should start saying, oh, I love you, man. No momo. What happened to getting kirked? Did they forget? Yeah, they kept saying they're going to kirk me. They got my address. They better hurry up because I'm about to move. Time's running out, guys. You want to kirk me, you better get to it. Get to stepping. No comment there, but did have a comment here. Special V-Day, Valentine's Day shout out to my lady. Following good. You heard it here. Lucky woman. All right. Back to this, Thaddeus. Back it up for a few seconds.
That would be the biggest story of 2025, the ex-wife of the woman abusing Muhammad hijab, Aisha, going public with hijab's abuse. Which takes us to number 7. During a live stream on Inspiring Philosophy, Dean Responds called in to spread lies about Q, the Gospels, and the Church Fathers.
From what we know about Q, is there anything within there that contradicts Islam?
Yes.
I'm not agreeing we even can reconstruct it.
No, from what...
If you take what scholars, for anyone who's new here, in the New Testament, in the Gospels, you have Mark, right? You have the Gospel of Mark. And then it looks like, because traditionally Mark is regarded as the testimony of Peter, and then you have Matthew and Luke use sections of Mark, it looks like. And so it's called Mark in priority, the idea that Mark was first, and then Matthew and Luke used parts of it because it had the authority of Peter attached to it and so on. But there's also some other common material. So there's material that's completely unique to Matthew. There's material that's completely unique to Luke. But there's things in Matthew and Luke which seem to be drawn from Mark. But there's also material in Matthew and Luke that's the same but doesn't come from Mark. And so it's a hypothetical document, or just it could be an oral collection of sayings or something like that. Because it's sayings of Jesus. It's a collection of sayings of Jesus. So it's a hypothetical document. We don't have like a copy of Q. No one's ever found a copy of Q. We don't know if it was a physical document or some oral tradition or something like that. But it's speculative. And apparently Dees Responds, he's got this idea that when the Quran's confirming the gospel, that's what it's confirming. And so does that contradict Islam? Yes, it does. It does, because you have stuff about Jesus being the Son of God that's in Q. But I think it's okay. That's why these guys I don't know if Dees Responds is one of the guys who are called Fatherites, where they think it's actually okay to call God Father, and I guess for Jesus to be the Son or something like that. So weird stuff. But yes, the point is there is stuff in Q. Mm-hmm. There is stuff in Q that contradicts Islam. But IP is just like, what? You can't build your case on this. We don't even actually have it. And
the Church Fathers.
From what we know about Q, is there anything within there that contradicts Islam?
I'm not agreeing we even can reconstruct it.
No, from what we know, what's in Q.
We don't know what was in Q, is my point.
No, we do. We know generally what's in Q the same way we know generally what's in Mark from Matthew and Luke, as you just showed.
No. We know what's in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and we know that where there's agreement. We don't have Q is my point. My point is we cannot reconstruct it.
Called out on that, he tried to turn the conversation to David Wood's behavior. This created the perfect chance for me to confront him on his own behavior.
Ah, nice. So he's losing the argument. He says, but what about David Wood's behavior? Was he complaining about eating the Quran or something?
Yeah, so he tries all kinds of things. So we do also talk about the content of Q, or hypothetical Q, and but right there he asked IP his opinion about Q, and he didn't agree that we could accurately reconstruct it. And then he's like, okay, but what a part we can reconstruct, right? So he was trying to gaslight him into that. And then IP points out things that contradict. He's like, well, no, you're misinterpreting that because the gospel says this. And then IP's like, well, that's irrelevant. It's a different source. Why are you going to a different source? And so he was misinterpreting the gospels, or I think it was Colossians, whatever, one of the epistles, and misinterpreting other sources to misinterpret Q to get Q to not have high Christology. And then so after that went in circles a while, Dean's like, well, I can see this is going nowhere, but before I leave, what do you think about David ripping Qurans and eating Qurans? Will you call him out for that? Will you condemn him for that?
Did y'all do it? Were you all like, yes, we condemn this monster. How dare he?
No, of course we explained that there's a context. You're not just doing it randomly. And then he wanted to ask about some specific incidents, and we're like, I don't know the exact background of that specific incident. I can't comment on something I'm not aware of. Dean actually told me he'd send me the clips that supposedly show you just ripping a Quran for no reason, and shockingly, he never sent them to me.
Yeah, hey, Dees, go ahead and show me where I've ripped a Quran for no reason. Show me that. Show me that. Dees responds. If you want to have a discussion specifically about that, I agree. Tell me when you want to join me live here, and you can make your case. You can make your case for why I'm a monster, but you won't do it. But you'll go on other people's streams and complain about me. Bunch of cowards, man. All right, here we go.
I think it was appropriate for you to conspire to cover up the actions of Muhammad Hijab and his abuse of Aisha.
After being pressed, Dean admitted his true feelings.
And by the way, if someone's going to do a contract, a nikah, you have to agree to it. So if she agreed to a nikah contract, and those people that were there, supposedly they were there and they were handpicked by hijab or whatever, like you're saying, she chose that for herself, and her father chose that for herself.
She was tricked. She was manipulated into it. I agree. She was gaslighted.
So why do I care about some? So even if I grant everything's true, why do I care about some dumb girl that put herself in that situation? Why do I care? Some dumb apostate. Why do I care?
You guys catch that? Look at IP's face here. Watch IP's face.
Gaslighted.
So why do I care about some? So even if I grant everything's true, why do I care about some dumb girl that put herself in that situation? Why do I?
Look at IP, guys. He just heard what this absolutely evil, lying scumbag. And I don't say that lightly. I'm saying if you're helping, you actively help a guy who lied to one of your Muslim sisters in order to turn her into a prostitute, and she exposes him because this is his behavior, and she wants to protect your fellow Muslim women, and all you do is attack her and help him lie about her, and your response is, well, she fell for it. She fell for his lies, so she deserves what she gets. She deserves to be treated like a prostitute because she believed Muhammad Hijab's lies to her. Guys, Muhammad Hijab, he has this reputation as this champion of Dawah. And so a woman who has an opportunity to marry him, wow. But she even voiced her concerns. I'm a little concerned with the way you act. And he lied to her. That's not real. That's just a show. The way I act in my videos, that's just a show. I'm really super nice, sweet guy. So you don't have to worry about that. Everyone knows I'm really a super nice, sweet guy. And I want to marry you. And we're going to have a home together. And we're going to have a house. We're going to have kids. It's going to be great. You're going to have a wonderful life with me. She marries him. He has sex with her. And he says, no house, no family, none of that, no kids, none of that. I will tell you when I want sex. That's when you show up to the hotel room for sex. Other than that, don't want to see you. Not interested. This has been exposed. This has been exposed. And Dee's response, who's one of the 70 or so Dawah guys who joined Muhammad Hijab in attacking her, trying to discredit her, lying about her, making a fake AI confession where, she confesses she's lying, but it was fake. It was AI generated. And then making photoshopping a text message and so on, all been exposed. But he was part of that. When he's called out, hey, if you have a problem with, behavior, what about your behavior? Lying about this woman and so on to attack her, and then defending Muhammad Hijab when he's basically turning Muslim women into prostitutes. What about that behavior? Well, if she fell for it, that's on her. Why should I care? I mean, think that's like, you found this young woman and duped her into being a prostitute or something. Well, if she fell for it, that's on her. Really, it's not on the pimps who have methods of grooming women and girls and getting them to do things over a period of time through manipulation, getting them to do things they would not want to do. It's on her. Keep in mind, it's not on the liar. It's not on the manipulator. It's not on the deceiver. He's not to blame. She's to blame, the victim, because she fell for it. That's what he just said. And that's why IP's looking at him like, what? What? You think? I mean, guys, keep in mind, what Dean Responds just said, the exact same reasoning applies to the victims of the grooming gangs. If these Pakistani men come up, start grooming you, taking you for rides in cars, giving you stuff and giving you alcohol and stuff, and you fall into this, that's on you. You were stupid. You were stupid. It's on you. Oh, really? Did the grooming gangs, when they're gang raping these girls and so, they do anything wrong? Well, no, they didn't do anything wrong. If the girl falls for it, that's on her. D's response, you are absolutely evil scum, dude. It's going to be a rough year for you, man. You could have shown one drop of integrity. Instead, you showed your true colors. You believe that if Muhammad Hijab came up to your sister, promised her a life with him, and then turned her into basically a prostitute, shut up, don't come near me unless I'm banging you in a hotel room, and he duped her into that, you would have no problem with him. You'd only say, hey, it's her fault. What an idiot. And notice the underlying assumption here. Wait a minute. Muhammad Hijab made all these promises to her, and she was stupid enough to believe him? What's the underlying assumption of she fell for this, so it's on her? What's the underlying assumption? When Muhammad Hijab made these promises of their life, what their life was going to be like together, and she fell for it, what are you saying? She believed him. And you say that makes her stupid and she is to blame. Blame for what? For believing Muhammad Hijab? What's the underlying assumption? Your underlying assumption is Muhammad Hijab is such an obvious compulsive liar that anyone who is stupid enough to believe a word that comes out of his mouth, they're to blame. Now, I agree he's a compulsive liar. I agree. You got some serious problems if you just believe what this guy says. But guess what? In the Dawah community, it's, oh, he's the hero. He's the legend. Hey, no, he's good. He's good. And she said it was Muslim leaders telling him, no, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Yeah, he said she's wanting to verify that he can be trusted. And so everyone's full of crap. Everyone lies to her. And you just saw it here. Why should I care? Why should I care? We even saw in the chat that got leaked that they were thinking they thought it would be fine if she became so depressed at them destroying her that she ended her own life. Hijab thought that would be fine. Mm-hmm. That's how they treat women. And look at IP here. Oh my goodness, he's just admitting all of this. He's just admitting how these guys are with women. What do you think, Thaddeus?
Yeah, the last point you made there was very good. There probably are women who would jump instantly at an offer from Muhammad Hijab or another, well-known celebrity da'i, but that wasn't the case here. Aisha spent years getting to know Hijab. He only revealed his intentions later on. He acted like he had slowly fallen in love with her over a period of time. And then she didn't just get married that weekend, right? She went and she asked a bunch of people. She investigated, tried to determine if this would be a good match. And she said, I used the exact same methodologies that we use to evaluate whether someone is a good teacher of Islam, a good teacher of Quran, or a bad teacher. And by those methodologies, Hijab comes up on top. He's the, as good as it gets. And if he, as good as it gets on this little scale, is this disgusting, creepy individual, then there's something seriously wrong with the way we are evaluating our teachers, which has implications for Islam itself, not just for, male-female relationships.
Mm-hmm. Pretty rough, pretty rough, pretty rough. But let me back this up so we can all see pure evil, guys. Why? Guys, just think about this. These are the guys that become popular in Dawah. Like the more of a lying scumbag you are, the more you despise women and want them to be basically prostitutes for you, the more popular you become as a Dawah guy.
To cover up the actions of Muhammad Hijab and his abuse of Aisha.
After being pressed, Dean admitted his true feelings.
And by the way, if someone's going to do a contract, a nikah, you have to agree to it. So if she agreed to a nikah contract and those people that were there, supposedly, they were there and they were handpicked by hijab or whatever, like you're saying, she chose that for herself and her father chose that for herself.
She was tricked. She was manipulated into it. I agree. She was gaslighted.
So why do I care about some? So even if I grant everything's true, why do I care about some dumb girl that put herself in that situation? Why do I care? Some dumb apostate. Why do I care?
Well, obviously you don't. I mean, we've established that quite well.
I don't know anything. I don't know anything of her.
Sadly, his view of women is the normal one of Dawah boys and Islamic men in general. Before departing from the subject of sexual abuse, we must talk about Junior and his monkey antics on number 6.
Junior.
During a debate on whether Israel or Palestine is more wrong, Junior launched into an unhinged rant about how apostate prophet should give Netanyahu sexual favors.
Go ahead, leave so I can actually have a conversation with an actual human being, not a monkey who went to Israel and got fed bananas by Netanyahu. If you're going to eat bananas from Netanyahu, at least enjoy it. At least convert to Judaism. At least suck his dick.
Look at this idiot beside him. I mean, it's funny.
Junior sounds like a monkey.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Junior goes and grabs a monkey, but his debate partner is going, what the heck? What is this? Guys, so everyone, this is a debate. This is Dawah. This is Dawah in 2026. This is how they debate now.
Launched into an unhinged rant about how apostate prophet should give Netanyahu sexual favors.
Go ahead, leave so I can actually have a conversation with an actual human being, not a monkey who went to Israel and got fed bananas by Netanyahu. If you're going to eat bananas from Netanyahu, at least enjoy it. At least convert to Judaism. At least suck his dick.
What do you think the combined IQ of Julian and Junior is?
I mean, combined, I think it's still below 100.
Apparently feeling his audience didn't get the point, Junior went and collected a large stuffed monkey from his bedroom and proceeded to demonstrate what he meant with bananas.
Time, we'll kick it back over.
Everyone listen to James here. Focus on James. I know it's easy to look up at Junior's monkey, but watch James when Junior brings a monkey.
Son of a...
This is you.
I don't know why I love that. So subtle. Son of a... That expresses James's reaction to the antics of the Dawah guys. So one more time, guys. Check out James and Junior brings out the monkey.
Apparently feeling his audience didn't get the point, Junior went and collected a large stuffed monkey from his bedroom and proceeded to demonstrate what he meant with bananas.
Time, we'll kick it back over. Son of a...
This is you going to Israel, and this is Netanyahu giving you a $7,000 check. He opened a banana for you.
Okay, Junior, let's keep this debate formal.
Put it in your mouth. You understand? Okay. This is your Israel trip summary right here. You put it in your mouth and make sure you're eating.
You see this, right? This is how it always goes.
Why was that monkey in your bedroom, Junior? Never mind. I don't want to know.
Yeah, guys. So Junior said afterwards that was improv, that he wasn't planning on that. He just decided to go grab this giant stuffed monkey, which led lots of people like, what? One, that's an image in Islam. Why does this guy have a giant stuffed monkey in his bedroom that he tries to ram things in its mouth and so on? Then someone pointed out in the chat that Junior does have a daughter. Maybe it was his daughter's toy, but then that's like even creepier because that means he's taking one of his daughter's toys and like trying to shove a banana in its mouth. This is a Dawah guy, guys. These are one of the guys trying to convince the world to convert to Islam. That's what we're dealing with here.
Yeah, he's up and coming star, Junior.
Changing pace, we have the ongoing Dawah wars coming in at number 5. Starting with a feud between Farid Responds and Daniel Hikachu, Dawah wars were heating up throughout 2025. Things came to a boil in January after Jake Broncatella, who is definitely not a metaphysician, put out a Dawah tier list.
I'm going to be ranking Muslim apologists or Muslim du'at. I'm just going to say it straight up. This man is upon kufr and shirk. I think he's one of the top out there, really. I'm not even saying this to glaze him or because he's my friend. This is my honest opinion. Let's go to this brother. Smile to Jannah. I have some strong criticisms of him. I have to really devalue somebody like him because some of his Islamic positions and some of the takes that he's had, specifically him still being willing to publicly associate, and not only publicly associate, but to glaze somebody like Daniel Haqiqatjou.
Many narcissistic da'is and their fans were incensed by their ratings, and Jake took a lot of heat. This hurt his feelings, and he went on a tirade where he effed and D'd the lot of them.
Let me show you guys what got people so upset. Shabir Ali is still an F. Muslim Cowboy, F. Warner, F. Smile to Jannah, F.
Guys, if you weren't following this whole thing, this is what's so it's hilarious. That was his original ranking of Dawah guys. You have the S tier, then the A, B, C, and then he has Shabir at F. But then a bunch of Dawah guys complained about their ranking. Why am I not on? No, I should be S tier. My Dawah is so powerful, Jake. You're just jealous. And then he's like, no, F. I was being nice before. You were a C, you're an F now. You were a B, you're an F now. F, 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 F.
Mm-hmm.
Classic.
Yeah, the first time he ranked them on their total package, taking many factors into consideration, how effective they were, and so forth. The second time he's like, well, what I really should have done is just rank them on their theology. And on theology, they are all terrible. None of them have the proper Islam at all. They all misunderstand Islam. And keep in mind, these are the people who are selling Islam to the public. In Jake's opinion, they're selling the wrong idea of what Islam even is.
Yeah, it's weird. Islam is so simple and so easy to understand. It's just the pure worship of Allah. And then, hey, all our top Dawah guys, none of these guys understand anything. They're all wrong. It's hopelessly confusing.
Went on a tirade where he effed and D'd the lot of them.
Let me show you guys what got people so upset. Shabir Ali is still an F. Muslim Cowboy, F. Warner, F. Smile to Jannah, F. Hamza's Den, F. Uthman ibn Farouk, I used to think he was good, but now he's going to be at a D. Brother Ramzi, I haven't seen him speak about any of this stuff. He's young, so he's got time. I don't want to put him too far down, but he's going to be a D too. Hijab is F. Adi Dawah is F. Ijaz, F. Muslim Lantern, I view him somewhere similar to Uthman ibn Farouk. So he's going to be at the D. Abdullah al-Andalusi, he's F. Brother Hashem and the brothers from EF Dawah and Brother Mansour, I'm going to say they're all going to be in the C to D range, honestly. Brother Paul, you're at an F, brother. Brother Sabur and Hamza, I'm going to put them at the D level. So this shows that I was just being lenient.
Just being nice.
How I graded these things. 90+% either they are outright deviants, don't even claim to uphold the Quran and Sunnah, and almost all of them fail miserably.
Daniel and Dean called in, leading to a 10+ hour chat that was later abrogated by Jake, but not before the embarrassment was saved for everyone to enjoy. That could have been the worst Dawah fail of the year just a couple years ago. But here in 2026, it doesn't even make the top 4 of January, which takes us to number 4.
That's funny. Guys, you catch that? We've had Dawah. We've talked about Dawah wars in the past. We've talked about this Dawah guy flipping out on that Dawah guy. As soon as that sort of thing would start in the past, two Dawah guys fighting, like the community would start saying, guys, stop fighting, stop fighting. We should be focusing on spreading Islam, not infighting and so on. Now people realize they can't stop it. It's just they can't stop the fighting. So now it's just open war, just open Dawah war. And Thaddeus is pointing out in previous years, this would have been like one of the highlights of the years. Now it's not even top 4 just in January. That's how bad things are getting right now. Take a couple super chats real quick. How dare you go live early, David? Well, we had to. This was supposed to be yesterday. I got a live stream later, so we wanted to make sure we got this because this is wild stuff. Based on the context of the verse Jake brought up, that they would be referring to the Arabs, the ones who the new prophet was sent to. Yeah, I mean, and that's why I kept telling him, open up Ibn Kathir, open up Ibn Kathir. Let's look at the historical background. We know the background of this story. This isn't about Jews and Christians. And so the they there is not Jews and Christians. So just twisting scripture. Oh, yeah. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Love the Dawah. Thanks, Ida. I'm not a fan of Jake. He has been shown to be a liar, as pointed out by DOC. He also defends child marriages. I hope he comes to a realization that he has given his life to a lie. But until then, I am of the opinion he is a snake. Oh, yeah. You can have a very negative opinion of Jake. It's still way cooler. It's still way cooler to just join people for a discussion than to run and hide and like a lot of the other guys. I've seen Q on Star Trek. We got the nerd. We got the nerd emoji with the Spock thing. A winger zinger.
Nice.
We call that the winger zinger. Since you officially came out as Mexican, even though Puerto Ricans are better, my wife wants to test your Mexicanness. How many tacos can you eat in one sitting? Are they corn or flour tortillas? I can easily eat 10, and I always go corn. I get the 10-pack at Taco Bell, where they have the most authentic Mexican cuisine that reminds me of my heritage. Where's Jake? I think he's heading back home to Morocco. Mulberry tree, you are, Mr. Wood, not Garkid, uprooted and planted where you weren't supposed to grow, yet you do, and you even bear fruit. Yeah, but like Garkid, I don't snitch. She wasn't an apostate, etc. when Muhammad did it. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah, she was not. Yeah, she was a devout Muslim woman who was involved in the Dawah. She was giving Dawah to women, and she thought they were going to be like the dream team. It's going to be it's going to be Brangelina, right? It's going to be Brad and Angelina, but of Dawah. And then, I was just duping you. See you in the hotel, baby. And then she said no. For that, please eat a Quran page for Aisha's sake. I do not have any Qurans with me because I've destroyed. I have somewhere. I think I have some downstairs and stuff like that, but our time is short. But yeah, the Qurans I normally have.
You to read them. I'll get out a page for Aisha.
Yeah, my Quran. Yeah, my Qurans that I normally have all been destroyed. This on you, Deez responds. This on you. They're just doing it for no reason. No, we're doing it because someone requested to show what we think of the book that compels you to think that women deserve to be treated like prostitutes. Everything is the woman's fault in Islam. Oh yeah, always is. David, let me back this thing up. Me, not in the al-Zutzins, I hope. Talking about me saying I'm going to back up the video. David, can we turn the Islamic dilemma into a trilemma? I'd have to think about what would be the third option, but possibly. You're not allowed to play with dolls after 16, or is it only for women in Islam? Yeah, that's a question. It's weird because, I mean, he knows the rule, right? He knows the rule. Made a contribution to your creative ways for the Quran, Too Old, a love song music video on our channel if you ever have time. I'll screenshot that. And from Loaves of Bread, all the bid'ah from Jake isn't much off of Shabir. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Jake. All right. Next point.
Doxer Malik, the Dawah snitch.
Doxer Malik.
One of the biggest fails of 2025 was Malik getting upset at being called a Jew and ranting for over an hour about the horrible things Dawah guys do behind the scenes. Misuse donations to buy drugs and get high, abuse women, enjoy threesomes with their Dawah buddies, and have sex with anything that moves.
The Warner is probably the fakest of them all. Like between Libiano, Central, all them, Warner in terms of the Islamic stuff, fakest of them all. This guy is the biggest pothead on this planet, bro. The guy you take Dawah from, all he does is roll one up. That's all he does. Chat, this guy gets high as hell all day and all night. Guys, I gave this guy money. I gave this guy money for Qurans. He went to the dispensary. He went to the dispensary and spent my money instead. Warner's been married 9 times. 9 times, chat. Muta. This guy's a muta. Bro, this guy went on vacation with a Moroccan girl, married her for 5 minutes, and then divorced her on the way home. Hey, chat, who knows about Warner and Adam Saleh having threesomes? Adam and Slim and Sneeko all run trains and rooms together with Warner there. What did Libiano do? What do you mean, what did Libiano do? What did he not do?
Malik was determined to make the new year better, so he came up with a brilliant plan. He put death threats on David and attacked God Logic's wife.
People were sending chats and so on, and then sending me messages saying, Malik is threatening you on TikTok. No DT said Malik put a picture up of Avery's wife in a bikini in his live like 6 or so minutes ago. Y'all get that? What's the rule? Apparently they're live about me right now. Does he know this is a rule? Does he know that going after people's wives is a big no-no? Yeah, he knows, and he keeps doing it anyway. Here we are in 2026. He knows the rules. I'm sitting here telling him, this is the rule. Don't go after people's wives. If you do, I will launch the world's biggest Quran desecration campaign ever. What's he doing? Putting up pictures of God Logic's wife in a bikini. Does he know the rules? What does Surah 6 verse 108 guys? Who's responsible? Him. He knows the rule.
After David ripped a page of the Quran in response, Malik went nuts, doxing Mike Jones of Inspiring Philosophy, God Logic, and David. Or maybe I should say trying to, since he got most things wrong. Declaring David's real name to be David Segara, and Mike to be a real estate mogul with a long criminal record.
¿Qué pasa, amigos? You see this bendejo gringo? This bendejo gringo Malik? Ha ha! He messed with the cigaras, man. He messed with the whole cigaras, and now he brought in some of our associates in the cigar cartel. We got our associates who does our land deals for us. Hey, Miguel.
That's right. We've been doing lots of land deals here in Arizona. That's why we got to be close to the border, working with the Sagara crime family. They help us move some contraband. We do the front stuff.
We do the front stuff. Momo does the back stuff.
Everything on the books clean. That's what we've been doing.
And we also have Senor Thaddeus, a.k.a. Tortuga. He is not really Mexican, but he joined my crime family, so he has to wear the sombrero.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just joined to get into the ecstasy trade. I'm really into that in the mid-'90s, so that's why I joined the gang.
The Segara family. We run the cigars, and we run the ecstasies. All right, so everyone who's watching, our cover has been blown. We've got Malik, the greatest investigator since Batman.
Greatest.
Yeah, so he's been doing lots of searches and so on, and he discovered that my real name is not David Wood, it's David Segara, right? And that I'm actually Mexican, and I've just been lying about my name. So we got that, and then just yesterday, he found out, this guy found out some stuff. He searched for Mike Jones. He looked up Mike Jones and found there's only one in the entire country, and he's a real estate mogul.
But it's also, he also discovered apparently I have an extensive criminal history.
Malik declared war over the resulting Quran ripping, going after wives, which led to the opening of Quran Demolition Ranch. But before we get to that, let's take a quick look at number 3, David's Islamic Dilemma 1Z.
Classic. The Islamic Dilemma onesie, everyone. And, check with L, ISO Elohim on X, or you can check her channel on YouTube if you'd like to get your very own Islamic Dilemma onesie, as you're about to see right here.
Yeah, well, and in fact, after this stream, Elle is debuting her video on making the Islamic Dilemma onesie. I'll put a link to that at the end of the stream, but she's getting ready to premiere the video explaining what's on it, what all the verses on it are about and stuff, and how you can get one.
Sounds good, everyone, right? Had a lot of requests for a Quran, Bible, Islamic Dilemma onesie.
The final day of the month, David was scheduled to debate Jake on the Islamic Dilemma. Jake was acting like he was going to get David arrested, and Malik put out a hit on David saying Houston, the place of the debate, would be his end.
Diddy would. Let's see how much longer you're going to last. Time's running out. Houston. Huh?
David Wood. Those little Qurans you blasted, David, that's on your head now. That's on your head now. Shout out my boy Jay Prince out in Houston, man.
David didn't back down, and the debate took place. After its conclusion, David modeled his new outfit, an Islamic Dilemma-themed onesie made by El Iso Elohim.
That's when I became best buddies with Jake. So that's just us chilling in the lobby.
On the right side are Bible verses that contradict the Quran. The left side features Quran verses that affirm the Bible. The Dawah boys, including Malik, who called in after being too cowardly to show up in person, flipped out when they saw it.
Look at that picture. That's funny.
Jake and the speaking Muslim begged David to back down, while Malik begged David to rip a Quran.
No, we're not doing this, We're not doing this. Look at this guy, man.
No, bro. We're not doing this, man. Speaking on Paru, bro. Come on. Let him.
Paru.
Yeah,
we're not doing this, bro.
Hey, if you a man, do it. If you a man, do it.
The debate, and I didn't do it because I was getting along with people.
If you a man, do it. If you a man, do it.
I'm saying, like,
do it.
But it's getting at other Muslims. Exactly, and y'all put the pressure to stop him.
Hey, hold on. Hey, David, stop talking. Just do it. Do it. Just do it. Just do it.
Zero hikmah.
Do it. Just do it.
Low hikmah.
Just do it. Hey, Diddy, just do it quickly before I get this guy.
No, but I'm saying, let me buy it off you. Let me get it. I want it.
If he gives in to his threats,
I want it. Thank you very much.
This lack of support for his position set Malik off, leading to the next round of Dawah Wars, but that'll have to wait to February's review, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel. A few days before the debate, L, Eric from Your Brother in Christ, David, his son Lucian, and I opened up the Quran Demolition Ranch, number 2 on our list.
Number 2? Huh. That's crazy. Quran Demolition. When Quran Demolition Ranch is your number 2.
Mm-hmm. I think you'll agree with number 1, though.
Let's see. Our station says, Jake, I'm going to put them on the level of Al Zut. Zut level. This should be Zut tier.
That's definitely the bottom tier.
He said D level. Sorry, YouTube censor. You're trying to say D. You're trying to say D level. Had to go with Zoot level. That's funny. Let's see. Malik is Z level. He zoots the Quran by proxy. that should be a crime in Islam, zooting the Quran by proxy. The third would be The third would be theistic relativism, Allah making irreconcilable differences between his groups and not being able to know what is the true religion until Judgment Day. Oh, you are correct.
Mm-hmm.
You are correct. This could be presented as a trilemma. In fact, J. Pendragon, that's a good point. If I don't get to it in the next month or so, remind me. But I can make something called the Islamic trilemma and point that out. Empty threats from wannabe gangsters. They bend just like their so-called prophet. Zut, zut. And your gang should rate the Dawah guys A through H, A being the most likely to save Islam. I'll go first. None of them are A's or B's. They are mostly all C's and F's. Yeah. All right. Back to Quran Demolition Ranch. Here we go. Number 2,
How
ladies.
should a Christian respond to Islam?
Remember, if you're talking about the Quran, it's got to be number 2.
Should we sit back and let it conquer the world? Should we be good dhimmis and do as Muslims tell us to avoid violence? The answer of the Demolition Ranch team is clear, as I state in the channel intro. Muslim terrorists are going to start suddenly valuing human life. They are going to start thinking Islam teaches peace and love. But they also don't want to be responsible for Muhammad being insulted or their book being destroyed. We believe that when the reaction to terror changes from fear and appeasement to mocking and Quran desecration, the terror will stop. As such, we opened the ranch and created the greatest campaign of Quran desecration the world has yet known, just as David promised.
So 2026 going to be the world's history's most epic year of Quran desecration ever. It will make all previous years look like a complete, utter, total joke, and it will all of it be connected to Malik. And now I'm here with Elle, who has completed her part of one of our targets here at the Quran Demolition Ranch. What do you got going on here, Elle?
Wait, is she a witch? This is Mohammed.
Yes, now for the missing piece, the real target here at Quran Demolition Ranch, the Quran. But how are we going to attach the Quran to this beautiful work of art? Nail gun! And now we have the legendary Eric from Ohio, who's going to show you how he zooted that book. Eric from Ohio zooted that book. Zoot, zoot.
And this is how Eric from Ohio's wife likes to shoot.
You see, the Quran is still there. The Quran is very strong.
Oh! The execution style did it. If you stalk women, harass women, dox women, and threaten women, your favorite verses are going to be plastered on a 4x8 board. Your fake prophet is going to be painted in pig's blood. Your pagan book is going to be nailed to a platter. And the whole mess will be shot, chainsawed, and burned. Right here at the Quran Demolition Ranch. Can't say we didn't warn them.
Yeah, it's true. And we aren't done yet. Coming soon, the top 100 ways to respect the Quran, thanks to countless user submissions.
Very powerful.
What happens next is up to the Dawah guys. We still have one spot on our countdown, But what could possibly top the Quran Demolition Ranch?
That's exactly what I'm sitting here wondering. I'm thinking the
We
stuff
have to
with,
wait.
I'm thinking with the stuff with Avery and Uthman running. Let me see.
Before I tell you, a couple honorable mentions. January saw the arrival of Jai and Daughter of Christ into the States.
What is up, guys? This is the face reveal. Jai and DOC.
Well, hello, everyone. God bless you all. Welcome to another live stream with myself and Jai.
While strictly speaking, this isn't a Dawah fail, their increased freedom to speak openly about Islam surely can't be good for the Dawah scene.
Pretty bad for Islam.
Likewise, January 30th, that is 1:30, was the first annual Al-Zut Remembrance Day.
Zut Remembrance Day didn't even make the top 10.
In a stream that went all night long.
All night long.
But not in the Zoot sense. We laughed about the top meme of 2025, which is sure to remain an albatross for Dawah throughout this year.
All right. We are live, everyone. Starting off the stream here by myself, kind of like how Muhammad started the night of Al-Zut. But by the end of the night, who knows? Maybe I'll be surrounded by 30 men. Much like on the night of Al-Zut, the longer I stream, the more people pile in and surround me. And
Hey, guys. I saw your thumbnail and I was like, oh boy, I'm not sure that I'm comfortable being one of the people surrounding Muhammad. I'm better than being surrounded by Muhammad. I'll grant that, but
we're only surrounding him figuratively.
Hell, it's just a metaphysical matter.
We are metaphysically zooting Muhammad right now.
I'm not comfortable with that either.
Because the other one is more popular, but this one goes deeper, not in the Zoot sense, but this.
You know, it's funny. I didn't tell you I was horribly sick. Yeah, the day I traveled, I got just it was awful in the airport. Oh man, I don't know if it was the flu or food poisoning, but I got horribly sick the whole time I was in the airport and traveling and stuff like that. And this is the night before the debate.
Well, kind of in the Zoot sense, these weird beliefs that they had in these various places, and the man was actually injecting you with his strength and virility. And it's like, wait a minute. So Muhammad said he had the strength of 30 men. Wait a minute. Weird stuff all ties together. So I went ahead and made this epic video.
I heard you guys were talking about the Zoot, and I was like, well, that sounds like a party.
So David Segura is going to go, and Michael Jones, who owns a real estate business and a car dealership, is going to come.
David Segura's here. Hold on. I made wanted posters because we got to put these everywhere. So I made wanted posters of David Segura so we can put them up all over DebateCon just in case he shows up.
So
he brought those, and he was people were having me sign the David Segura wanted posters and stuff. So they got some cool collector's items there.
With that said, what is number one on the list?
Gotta be God.
If you've been paying attention to the Dawah scene, you probably know it's none other than the man with 100 nicknames.
There we go.
Uthman ibn Farouk. That is Sheikh Ketchup. That is Ibn Footnote. That is Ibn Smollett. That is Ibn Zina. And now his new name, Uthran. In the closing days of 2025, Uthman got a brilliant idea to revive his dying career. Challenge Christians to debate on Christmas Eve, assuming no one would show up and he could claim victory.
To all of you Islamophobes out there, I've had enough of you yapping. We're calling you out. You want to debate face-to-face? We'll set it up. We'll fly you out December 24th. That is 6 p.m. West Coast time, 9 p.m. East Coast time. We're going to do a live stream on OMF. I'm challenging all of you, the best that you got.
When Mike Jones agreed, Uthman changed the date, then changed it again and again. Avery, that is God Logic, decided to confront Uthman in person at his Dawah booth, but strangely Uthman didn't show up. So Avery went to the mosque he was speaking at later that week, and Uthman's goons wouldn't let him in.
Yeah, he told us to come through, but they won't let us in here.
I don't know anything about that,
he just had an event. We just so he's just chilling inside, talking, taking pictures, things like that.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about what you guys had planned. So
Yeah, he called us out to have a discussion, but now it's like it's a little. No, he didn't say what time. He just told us what his event would be.
Brother,
he just
if
said
you
what
want to
his
have a
event would be.
discussion, bro, don't do it when there's kids around.
I'm not with the kids.
The guy's been trying to listen, bro. I'm not here for your YouTube content.
Then
Bro,
why
listen,
are you here?
You can call me a bad.
I'm not
Muslim.
calling you anything.
I never said
I don't
was
know
a
you.
good one, brother.
I don't know you.
And I don't care.
I'm off property.
No.
I'm out the way.
Bro, listen.
Inshallah,
bro, listen.
when he finishes,
I'm listening.
inshallah,
Listen.
he'll come talk.
No, we're off the subject.
Have a conversation.
He's gonna escalate.
Have a conversation. I'm playing with you. I'm playing with you.
He's gonna escalate the issue.
With each God Logic Live generating more views than the last, Uthman was trapped. But he came up with a way to bluff himself out of it. Guessing Avery would be in a different city and unable to make it, Uthman challenged him to a live debate at another mosque he was speaking at.
Tonight, Saturday night, here in Vegas, same masjid that you pulled up at when there was nobody there, Masjid Noor, pull up. Tonight at Isha, 7 o'clock, I'm going to give a talk. You're welcome to come in. You want to debate? Come. Let's see it. Tonight.
But he guessed wrong. Avery showed up, and suddenly Uthman didn't even know what a debate is.
Sheikh Uthman told us to come. Yeah, Sheikh Uthman told us to come. No. If you guys have a problem like us recording in the masjid, I hear you. Is he? Which I understand. So is he willing, brother? Listen, is he willing to come out of the masjid, like right here, and have a discussion? You know?
I can't speak for another man, but I will.
Yeah. Pay attention.
We're still waiting. No, he can come in. He cannot come in this group.
So just him?
Just him.
With no camera?
No camera. That's
but he's
all right.
asking for a debate.
So tell him come ask her a debate. Ask her a question. What's a debate?
What's a debate? What's a debate? You mean to tell me the same debate that you challenged me on? The same debate that you said, come 7 p.m. to the masjid here tonight. Debate. Come in the mosque. Debate. Now
that's a pretty good Sheikh Uthman impression.
All of a sudden, y'all, we don't know what a debate is now.
What's a debate? What's a debate? What's a debate?
Guys, think about this. Yeah, you want to come and debate? I get, as Thaddeus pointed out, the assumption was God Logic's not going to be there, right? He's not going to be in the city and so on. So I challenge you, come here tonight, 7 p.m., and if you want to debate, we'll debate. God Logic shows up. Okay, let's debate. What's a debate? What? No, he could come in and ask a question, but can't record anything and can't bring anyone with him. It's just him in the mosque, and he can ask a question. Is that what he means by debate? You could come in and ask a question?
Apparently.
And then what? Because he doesn't know what a debate is anymore. What a coward.
Bruh. We don't know what a debate is. He changed the stipulation to having an open debate to a Q&A, where I can just come in and ask one question, he gives the answer, and there's no back and forth. I have to just live with the answer. You are an absolute clown. And notice, ladies and gentlemen, I told you guys to pay attention. He forgot that he had his other mic on. He tried to say this undercover. He took his mic off, and when he took his mic off, he put it to the side and tried to whisper and talk low to the brother and say, nope, can't bring in people. Nope, no cameras. And he said one question. He can come in, ask his question. What debate? He's asking for a debate? What debate? All of a sudden, we don't know what a debate is now, y'all.
Even Uthman's own audience is clowning on him now, as any remaining shred of respect he had went out the window. 1 month into 2026, one Dawah career ended. Who will be next? Grab your popcorn and Pepsi as we find out. And I'll see you next month with the latest updates right here on Reasoned Answers. In the meantime, be sure to check out my 2025 summary so you can accurately compare the years. Thanks for watching, and God bless.
All right, everyone. We got the link. We've got the link to that video. The link to that video is in the description. It would be really good. It would be really good if we can get that started and this year and get monthly reviews, monthly rewinds of the Dawah fails. Because guess what? Going to be a lot of Dawah fails this month, ladies and gentlemen, and all year long. So, share that, spread that around so everyone sees what's going on. AK Muse said, you can't lose a debate if you don't know what one is, apparently. Uthman is such a coward. Yeah. I can't lose a debate if I don't know what a debate is. Hey, what's a debate? What's a debate? What is that? What is that? What is that word? Well. All right, Thaddeus. What do I got? I'm going live in a little over 20 minutes with AP, which probably means 30 minutes because he's Turkish and can't help starting late. But we're going to be talking about, I think we're talking about the Wes Huff's latest interview, and it goes through the Islamic dilemma and stuff like that. So we're going to check that out. But final thoughts on all of this, Thaddeus, or on anything else?
Yeah, it was a very wild month, a very busy month for me. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to keep up with everything. But I do think, what I said at the end there should be the reality. Now, whether everyone abandons Zupan or not, no one should take this guy seriously. He clowned around saying how desperately he was calling us out and he wanted to debate and bring anyone. I want the best of the best. Changed the date 4 times, said he was traveling every time a date was proposed. And then he calls out God logic. It says, tonight, which is kind of ridiculous in and of itself that you give half a day's notice. But Avery shows up and then, I don't know what a debate is. I have no idea. He can come ask us one question. If he wants to ask a question, I don't have a problem with that. And if you look at his own channel, like his own fans were laughing at him, thought how ridiculous this was. Whether they actually abandoned him, I don't know. But no one should take this guy seriously. He has revealed himself to be a complete and total fraud, just like Dawah. February, we already got more Dawah wars going on in February. We got a whole bunch of things with Malik and his pseudo debate with Jake, and Jake calling in yesterday. So, I got like 5 to 10 things already potentially on the list halfway through. I will limit it to 10, but it does seem that we're going to have at least 10 notable events in February as well. Number 3 on the list was the Quranic onesie. I'll put a link for L's video debuting here in a couple minutes. You can watch it, and then after you watch that, hop over on the stream with AP.
Malik has said, this is what I've heard. I haven't seen it, or I don't know if it's just I don't know if it's a message he posted or a video he posted or whatever, but people have said that he's claimed that he's going to do his final live stream tonight, expose everyone, and then leave, like stop streaming. What do you think's actually going to happen? What do you think's going to happen, Thaddeus?
Well, just to clarify, he said next week he will do it. So not tonight, but
next week.
Within the next few days.
Oh, so he's not streaming tonight on this stuff?
No, he said next week. Next week we're going to have the final Club Pyru. I'm stressed out, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to expose everyone. I think there's a good chance he'll end up not saying much of anything and then just continue going on like he has been going on based on his lack of following through of his threats.
Yeah, he doesn't. He said, for every page of the Quran you rip, I will dox one Christian. And then we ripped like 150 that night. And so he just gives up on all his promises. So yeah, I was supposed to be killed in Houston. I was supposed to be arrested before that. This guy just constantly says things are going to happen, and they never, ever, ever happen. So just a weird situation, this boy who cried wolf situation, this sort of coward who cried wolf situation, keeps running his mouth. Can't do anything.
Oh, and along those lines, Speaking Muslim a couple days ago suspended his TikTok, and it's like, I need to take a break. It's just so stressful. And then 24 hours later, he was back on TikTok. So, the same might well happen with Malik. He'll be, I'm removing myself from TikTok and then be back a day later. Who knows? We'll see.
Yep. So, guys, that's the now you're up to date as far as January. We've got some stuff already happening in February that we cover in live streams, but after February is over, we'll get the top 10 of February maybe. Final super chats. I like how D Wood says one of their targets, no others. Momo supposedly recited the Quran all night long. Yep. That's how this like it. Smooth like a ketchup stain. A line I'm proud of. Smooth like a ketchup stain. Uthman is going to stand before Christ for judgment. What's he going to say? My bad. My bad. Yeah, that's what he said when he got busted lying about a hadith. Uthman is so weak, a steel man of him is made of straw. Funny. And finally, Uthman was tired, should find Ibn Masud's date bowl. Nice. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Check out Thaddeus's channel, Reason Answers. And I'll see y'all in, I was about to say 17 minutes, but more realistically, probably like 27 minutes, depending on how Turkish AP is feeling today. All right, everyone. Please share that video. Spread it around. Not in the Zoot sense, but spread it around. Catch y'all in a few.